Hi, everybody, it's Kristen. I just finished watching the third episode of Whale Store XOXO, and it was so good. And I'm not surprised at all because every episode has been so good. So, this is the official after show. This is where we get a chance to chat together about what happened in the episode, how we feel about all the things that happened in the episode, any theories that we have of what might be coming. So, I think some of the big things, obviously, actually, oh wow, now that I think about it, a lot happened in this episode. But here are the key ones. Here are the key ones that we need to talk about. We need to talk about Pinky and Babe, which is what I'm going to be calling them. I know those are just their nicknames, but Pinky and Babe and their relationship. The fact that they've been together 3 years, that was news for us. Now we know for sure that Pinky has not told her mother about them, that they are hiding their relationship in a lot of different ways, and that you can tell that Babe is feeling over it. Like she's feeling like she doesn't want to hide anymore. So that was a big part of this episode. Another big part was the introduction of a new character in Louis. We don't know what he is going to be like, but he's not just a cameo. I can guarantee you that would be too random of a cameo. He is either going to be somebody who's come maybe from maybe Mount Nam's past. I'm not sure, but maybe something that's going to disrupt their relationship, I feel. So either he's going to be pursuing one of them, or no, he wouldn't be her brother. Would he? Because here's the other thing. What if she has step siblings? What if who we think is her father necessarily isn't her father, because we know that her mom and dad are separated? So that's another thing. We learned that the mom and dad were separated, and that's why she was sad. So that makes me think and makes me wonder. I'm pretty sure the mom is her mom. But as for the guy, maybe that's her stepdad, and maybe Louis is her stepbrother. So that's a theory we could possibly hold on to. What was the other main big things? Obviously, F1 stealing from Juan's shop. That whole storyline was kind of funny for me. I understood it, but I also was getting kind of frustrated because I'm like, yes, all of the things they said. You don't know why he's stealing it. You don't know why he's acting that way. There's obviously a reason. They didn't want to tell Pin because they didn't want to make her upset that her son has done this, to make her feel bad because she's a single mom, all those things. There's all those things that Mount Nam was saying. But also on one side, she's saying she should know if her son has done something. She should know. Pin herself has said, if something happens, let me know. And there's consequences to your actions regardless of why you did it. There's always going to be consequences. So F1 needed to face the consequences so that, yes, like Mao Nam said, hopefully they don't do it again. If you screw up, you don't do it again. But the only reason you're not going to do it again is if there's consequences for the wrong thing that you did in the beginning. Which we found out was because he had no friends, and that was so heartbreaking. That was really heartbreaking. He just wanted to belong, and that, sorry, my mama heart was like, how about you just crack it open? Because sorry, that his mom is struggling. And you could see it in their conversation when they were talking, she's struggling and trying her best and probably feels like she's always coming up short. And then finding out that our son is struggling and having a hard time making friends, and he took his money so that he could just be included and feel seen in that space. As a mom, sorry, that breaks your heart. Anyways, that really hit. Still needs to be consequences. He could have been one, can I do some extra jobs around here? Can I, sweep up? Can I do something to make that money? He could have done that. And he's not a baby. He's old enough to know better. So that was a little interesting. But let's talk about the big one. Oh my goodness, we've been talking for almost 5 minutes and we haven't even mentioned the constant back and forth flirting and watching them, Juan and Mount Nam, figure out their feelings and trying to suss the other one out and see how they're feeling. Also, while checking how they're selves are feeling, and it was so cute, and it was so sweet, and it was so sincere. Like, I think that's why I love it. It didn't feel pushed, it didn't feel forced, it didn't feel unrealistic. Like, it just felt so sweet and so totally natural, you know? And I absolutely loved the end. Like, that was so freaking cute when she, like, pretended to be drunk and then, Mount Nam came along and took her back up to her room, and she thought she was, like, asleep and was like, nothing skeezy. She didn't try to do anything weird. She just leaned over and said, "I like you." And, oh, that was so cute. I am super enjoying seeing their relationship and how they're, like, connecting with each other on such a big level, like, in such a personal and an emotional level. It's so fun to watch. It's so fun to watch because we're so used to shows, like, in North America, like Western shows, where it's, like, all based on physical attraction all the time, and, like, it's so lustful, and, like, you don't get these stories so much where they're just trying to feel it all out and just see how it fits, and see how the other person is feeling, and see how their selves are feeling, and, like, building that. Like, I feel like there's been such an anticipation, but it's been like an emotional anticipation. That's how I feel for them to finally have, like, that moment that we just had. This is a very good episode. Again, so much happened in such a beautiful way that I love that we're not just solely focusing on Juan and Mount Nam, even though, like, I absolutely love that, but I love that we're seeing more of the side couple. We're seeing the, like, other shopkeepers. We're seeing all of these different dynamics that make up this story and this little community that they've created with themselves, and I love it. I love it. I love that we've gotten so much from so many characters, but it doesn't feel confusing. Like, it all just feels like it's feeding in to this one little slice of life space in this little part of town, and I think it's such a great way of telling a story that's completely captivated me. So some things I would love to know from you, like, who do you think, okay, first of all, if you know because you've read the book, the answer to some of these, like, questions, please don't spoil it. But, like, who do you think Louis is? What do you think his play is? Do you think, because in my reaction video, if you didn't watch it, like, I speculated, I have a feeling that Pinky and Babe are gonna break up at some point. I feel like they are. And I think it's gonna have to come down to whether Pinky will tell her mom or not, whether they can be together. But I think that's gonna happen. I would love to know if you think that too. I don't know. I love that we have so many questions. Thank you guys so much for coming on this journey with me so far. I absolutely love watching it with you, and I love reading your comments because it really sparks, like, thinking for me, because I love to talk about these shows, and I love to talk about them with you. So obviously I could talk about them forever. I will stop now because I just shed, or else I'll just keep talking. But thanks for watching with me, and I will see you guys at episode 4. Bye.